Morning. How are we all? It's been a long weekend. Anyway, we're going to go on a little ride today, and we're going to go and check out a new area. Nice little dog walking and walk kind of area. And then I think we may nip off and have a coffee, and then I have a bit of an announcement to tell you. So, come along, travel with me. Let's go and have a nice little walk. Right, we've made it. Hopefully you'll hear me. I was hoping it wasn't going to be too breezy today, and it's got up again. I gave this weekend a break hoping it would calm down, but it hasn't calmed down. Anyway, today we're at Caister St Edmund, just outside Norwich, kind of Stoke Holly Crossway. And today we're going to have a little wander around. There's quite a bit to it. I'm not going to see how much. We'll try and get around most of it, and we've got a church to get in as well, and a cuppa, and a little natter at the end as well, because I've got something to tell you. More about that a bit later. Anyway, I'll show you the car park. It is ANPR, just to warn you if you come. But it's the Just Park app. I've paid about, I think, just over £3 today, and I think that's about 3 hours. So, but nice car park set out, plenty of room. I will turn the camera around and then we'll head and take a look on our first stroll. So, as you can see, plenty of room. There's an overspill car park that side as well. Nice big entrance, and it's this kind of, where it's gravelled and on the plastic kind of ground. So even if it is a bit wet and damp, you should be okay. But loads of room here. I look like I'm on my own today. So that's good. Anyway, let's head off. I have not been down here for years and years and years. Now I have done a snapshot of this. I'll just do a little information board. You have got to keep your dog under control because there is sheep and that here. They do warn you. Also, police drones and rural drones. So now I have done a snapshot of this. Tells you a lot about, I think it was like a Roman fort village, or anyway, take a look, have a look online. There's a lot to this, and I could be wrong, but I think kind of the Norwich Roman occupancy started kind of here. So but anyway, again, I'll leave you guys to check the history out. We're not here to do a history tour, we're here for a walk. Anyway, please close the gate. So we've got a kind of a kissing gate here. And like I said, Roman town, just outside Norwich. We're literally only a stone's throw out of Norwich. But I want to take you on this walk. This has kind of been one on my list that I've been wanting to do. And it's a really nice, good walk. Especially today, the weather's not too bad. So we've got the mound inside of where I believe the Roman town would have been. But look at this for scenery. Like I said, we're going to take a wander up these steps. We'll go all the way round and then we'll kind of end up at the church. But like I said, I've not been here for quite a while. So we're coming up to these steps now. This is on a slight sort of decline. Is it decline? Is that? Anyway, it's on a slope. All right. Look at this for scenery. Also, you kind of got the A47 runs out there, and also in between that is the railway line to Norwich Station. There's a bit of geographics for you. Right, we're going to go up these steps. And actually, this is a lot different because I'm pretty certain this wasn't like this last time I came. I'm sure this was just a mud slope. Oh dear. Let's head up here. Kind of steep, but it's okay. Now, just through there, which we will go there, is the church. And it's hard to believe all what we're looking at now, I'm pretty certain was the town. We've got some remnants over there. We're going to try and head over there. And but nice path, nice kind of path to go around. Like I said, just be aware if you come, particularly with kids, because there is bits of sheep doo-doo everywhere. So just be careful. But look at this for scenery. Really great this is. Anyway, let's carry on. Oh, right, let's have a little wander. So this is a nice little walk to do. Like I said, I've not done this. We used to come down here for a bit when the kids were very small, and I used to take them down there as a little wander around when they was, I suppose, kind of infant junior school age. But yeah, not been there for a while. But it is kind of a nice walk, nice little nature trail. Like I said, you can do it as a dog walk, but make sure you keep them on leads, as it says, because it is sheep. If you can see this behind me, ta-da, there is sheep in the field here. So you do need to be careful, but it is a nice little stroll. And we're kind of on the mound, and I believe the Roman town was all in this bit here. But we'll, and to be honest, I'm not 100% certain whether I've actually been all the way round. But we will today. So I think we caught the weather just right. The wind is there a little bit, but it has calmed down a lot more than it was. Right, so we've got some fragments of what was, I guess, possibly one of the outer walls on Stoke Holy Cross side. So I'm just going to turn the camera around and we can take a look. So I've just opened this up for you. As you can see, we've got quite a slope down here where they did mound it up. As you can see, obviously car park that way. But if I slip down here a little bit, be careful because it's quite slippery. Let me just see if I can wander out. You can just see the train going by at the top there. That looks like the London train. Anyway, let's stop, defer and look at trains. Right, as we can see, some of the remnants of the wall. Obviously we do the old hand test. There you go. So you can quite see how big it was. But like I said, there is some good YouTube channels that will go through the history of this. And there's one guy who I've not spoke to, but I've watched some of his stuff, called Alex, the history guy, I believe. And he does some really excellent videos of Norwich history and Norfolk history, and plus other little bits of history as well. So check him out. But I'm pretty certain he covers where we are today, and he'll tell you from start to finish how it first started, how it was built, what went on. And what I'll do is we go around and I'll show you some of these plaques. But you can see, obviously that goes all the way down there. And what's left, and as you can see from here, that is really quite wide. I'm guessing that is one, perhaps nearly 4 foot wide, as a guess. I don't know how kind of high that would have been. Maybe there might be some glimpses. There is another plaque just up there. We'll just have a look. But that is easily 4 foot wide, them foundations there. So what I'll do, we'll just have a little wander down to this next plaque and see if that gives us any more information. So we've got to this point. There is a gate here and you can cross, as you can see, the path that takes you kind of straight across. But I think we're going to carry on walking down and see if we can go around kind of that area there where that hedgerow is. So we'll carry on. But it's just to note, if you do want to come, obviously as you can see there are several paths that cut across this area. And I don't think that side I've ever been on. But there, anyway, let's carry on. As you can see, it's still mounded up. We're still on quite a slope, as you can see from there. Well, I've just got to show you some of the scenery. It's absolutely amazing of sort of South Norwich. You can see some of these boys here. Just zoom that in a bit more for you. The old sheep, sort of chilling out in the sun. Oh, this is a nice walk. I was quite warm there. I put the jumper on, but I wasn't sure. I thought, no, it's not quite jacket weather. But it's yeah. Trying to think what the temperature is today. Obviously, that'd help with my watch. Tell me 17 degrees today. It's actually got warmer than I thought. So yeah, really nice, pleasant walk. Now, I'm not sure this whole area. I'm assuming, never been, that you can go up that way. We're on point and just there. There's a bridge there, and then as you can see, that path goes all the way up there. Maybe that's something we can do another day. I don't know whether there's a bridge over there, because literally just as you get to the top there is where the railway line is. But I'm guessing possibly there's some kind of footbridge. So, not too bad. Right, walking wise, it is very uneven. And like I said, you just have to watch the older sheep doobies. But outside of that, we do have benches there to sit on, dotted as you go round. I'll try and show you them as we go. We're now kind of curving round to the bottom. And yeah, really nice. While we're going along, I'm taking a photograph of all the plaques, so I will try and put them in. Obviously, if you're not local and you haven't been round here. Unfortunately, I don't have many Roman bits to show you. Got some sheep there I can show you. But but yeah, nothing Roman really. Oh dear. But yeah, I've photographed the plaques as I said, and we'll dot them in the film as we go. Right, so we're just coming up to our next corner, so you can just see me, look. Now, got some of the sheep we've got out. Now, I think as you can see, they do actually can come out through here. But they're having a nice little feed. We'll go gently by them. Get that. And a nice little feed. And see they're getting the nice little wool jackets ready for the winter. Right, let's carry on. Now we've got some more here. I'm trying to see. I was gonna say possibly guess so we've got some more sheep up there as well. So perhaps they are meant to be in this bit, I'm not sure. I just wonder whether they've maybe got through this gate here somewhere. There does look a bit of a gap under there. Who knows? Well, they're chilling out. We'll leave them in peace. Right, we're coming up to kind of our far corner. We're just going to get down here, and then we're going to swing a right and back up, and that'll kind of start taking us back up. But let me just show you the scenery from here, if I may. Obviously, we're going to start heading up that way in a moment. But I just thought I'd show you the glimpse of some of this. As you can see, it's quite a good sized plot to imagine that there would have been a town in here. And although it doesn't look too big of an area, you've got to remember, obviously the UK, head count wise, population was nothing like what it is now. So I guess this perhaps would have been quite big as a town. But there. Like I said, check out the history, check out some of the other channels on here. There are some really good documentaries about this area. Right, now I've just done a quick photograph of this section. I'm assuming this is possibly, would it have been part of the wall? I don't know, it looks quite a big ruin now. Let's just try and get out of the sun a bit then. Let's just get down there a bit, look at that. I'm not sure what that part was. But again, width-wise, now look at that, and that's my hand. So you can, let's get out of the sun a bit, so you can kind of see. Wow, that is, I don't know, 5-6 feet wide. And obviously some more ruins, so I'm guessing it's possibly not a wall, possibly something to do. But would this have been the wall coming along here? I don't know. Like I said, hopefully we'll get some comments and hopefully some experts to tell us. Like I said, we're here for the walk, but very interesting walk. So we'll just come along here a little bit more. Obviously we've got some more fragments as we go along here. And some more sheep. Just got lots of molehills and doo-doos. So I'll keep the old camera rolling while we head up to this next corner. Hello. Hello, you. It's really good to see. Like I said, you can see why it's good with the kids as well, if you've got younger kids. No? Okay. We'll leave you alone. Let's head up a bit more. We've got another ruin coming just up here, so like I said, I'll leave this live rolling until we get here. What I'll do, I'll climb up this edge of this wall part here. Like I said, as you can see, it is very uneven, so like I said, just be careful if you do come out. Mobility scooters, I would say walking around, no. Buggies and prams, maybe, but it could be a bit of a hard slog for you. So it is perhaps more of an on-foot kind of job. We'll just come around this side, just watching my footing. As you can see, it slopes again. Just to show you some of this now, again, is this part of the wall? I don't know. But to show you close up of some of this brickwork. Not brickwork, I say brickwork. Flint work. Look at that. And again, how it's mixed of like stones and I suppose they're kind of cement. But it's still here, and you think how old this is. But really good. But we'll, like I said, we've got some more coming around, and as you get to this stage, you've got another bench area if you need to take a break, and some more sheep. So we're kind of at the far corner now. We're kind of heading back now. Church is over that way. And obviously we're parked right over there. But really nice and quiet today. Obviously you can just see the church tower there. We'll have a look at this next section of wall. We've got another sheep there looking at us. Look at this. What I'll do, if I go slowly, you can just see the sheep the other side. Obviously just chilling out in the sun a bit. Look there. Right, let's take a look along this wall. Now again, as you can see how they've done it, really quite thick bits there, aren't they? Look at that. That is solid. Don't think any of this is kind of loose. It's still packed quite well, even though it's nearly sticking out. It's only a little bit of concrete holding that, but I can tell you now that is solid. So all this age, and it's still pretty solid. But look at that. Nice wall all the way down there. The old hand test again. Look at that. Oh, right, now, I think is this loose bit? Oh, God, size of that. And that's what some of this is made of. A few little ants there, I'll leave them in peace. But just want to show you the size of some of these slabs, and the size of my hand there, the size of that. But there. Right, let's get back down on this path. That's a bit more even to walk on. Whew. But yeah, now it hasn't taken that long to walk around, although I've perhaps been doing it a bit quicker than what you would do on a family walk. Look at this for a shot. Nice little glimpse of the sheep as well. Look at that. Nice little photo shot there. We'll perhaps get a snapshot of that one. Oh, and yeah, like I said, really nice. Have a lovely little walk round. See the wall, and I did just get a photograph of the sheep, kinda just looking over the wall. Really nice, isn't it? Come on. Oh, you know, the sun's getting a bit warm now. I can feel it a little bit. It's really quite bright and warm. It's definitely came out better than I thought it would. So now we're coming up to our next kissing gate, as they call them, because they don't basically they just swing. They show like a permanent lock, and we have to walk around them as humans, but animals obviously generally can't work that out. And there's no bolt on them, so basically the gate just hits one post and then hits another, and kind of creates a bit like an airlock sort of thing. Well, that's my explanation anyway. I'm sure someone will have a better explanation than that. Still got more of this wall. That's good. But yeah, we're coming across, and it's gonna take us, as you can see from there, and we're gonna go kinda into the field and start slowly heading towards the church area. So I will turn the camera around, and then we will take a look. Okay, now, so I tell a lie, this one has actually got a bolt on it, where I say the other one didn't. Sometimes these sort of gates don't always have a bolt, but as you can see, what I mean, they then hit that post, and then it seals all this off. Hello, London trains off again. Hee. Love a little train, look. Anyway, let's stop diverting away. Let's carry on. Right, so we'll come through here. As we see, we're kind of in the sheep's field bit here. And that gate is open, but we're going to go that way anyway. So I think instead of going through the normal gate, we might as well just go through where the sheep are going anyway. Obviously all curled up. Taking a rest. Right. So let's just head through here. Now this section I don't think I've ever been over, so I'm just going to take a little quick look. I think that's kind of overgrown. There is some sheep up near that tree there. I bet that tree could tell you some stories. I think what we'll do, we'll flow round and try and head over to the church, which is out in them trees here. Good to see though. Bit of nature. Right. Let's just cut through these. Try and leave these guys in peace. Thank you. Hello. Hello there. Anyway, I've got film to make. Come on. Right, so we're trying to head over to that mound over there. As you can see, look at this for scenery though. Really great. Right, okay. I'm going to head over there and I will catch you guys in a split second. Now just before I get to the other side, as you can see, there is some steps there and then another plaque over there, because I think you can walk in from that side from the road. You've got another nice bench to have a sit down there as well, but I can't actually get over there without walking all the way round. So, but it was just to highlight that there is another entrance through there if you're on foot in the area. But like I said, we're gonna slowly head out to that area there, we're going to get out there and kind of head over to the church. Now, I don't know whether they had some issues with cars or whether they're just trying to generate a few quid. But I'm pretty certain when I used to come here, which I appreciate would have perhaps been about 20 years ago, but I'm pretty certain we never used to park. I can remember the car park being there, but I'm sure, I definitely cannot remember it being A and BR, and I'm sure you used to park there, but you never paid. There wasn't a requirement to pay, but there obviously is now. Just warning you. But it's worth it. Nice little walk round. Right, okay, we're coming up to our gate. Fortunately, I've got a sheep right in the middle where I want to walk, which I'll turn the camera around and show you. And then we're going to cut through, and then we'll have a look at the church. Right, so I'll turn this around. As you can see, the sheep is literally right in the bit of gate I need to walk in. And I've got no other way, so I'm afraid if you don't mind just stepping out of the way, please. Thank you. Let me just get through here. So, as usual, someone hasn't bolted the gate. Let me do it. There's my witness. See? Dogs on leads. Please close the gate. Sheep ain't got hands. Another bench there. We're going to head round and we're going to go through this gate. What I'll do, I'll just quickly snap this and add into the video. We're going to go through here and then I'll meet you just the other side. Right, let's get through here. No, this one is actually bolted, so that's something. Oh, let's get through. Turn around. See, locked. Anyway, right. So this is the church area. I believe you can park here, but as we can see, you've got to pay as well. Go to the church. So, dog bin boxes. I'll just turn around and show you this cross. Like I said, I've never been round this church, so we can take a little look round. Let me just take a look at this. I'll see if we can get all the way up. As we do. Look at this. Just hoping the sun in the way. Let me just zoom that in a bit for you. Look at that. Right, so you do have a drive from the road, and if you travel the road a little bit further up, the next slot on the right hand side is a car park where I came in. So like I said, we'll just show you this end and then we'll turn this around as if we're going to the church, which we are. I'll leave this running. So we're going to head to the church. Now this church I've never been to. Lovely drive up, isn't it? Nice bit of gravel. Now that's a shame if you just want to visit the church, that you've still got to pay to come and sit here. The only thing I can assume is that they've had issues at night or something, maybe with cars. Who knows? Anyway, right, let's have a look. I will get a snapshot of this now. This looks like a nice good pic. Nice little gate there, and obviously there's a church in the background. I'll just get some snapshots done, and then we'll head round. Right, we're back. Okay, so Caister St Edmund Parish Church. Let's head on in. So as we can see, quite a few graves. Again, sloped, so like I said, if you are walking around here or you come and have a look, just obviously be aware. Again, benches, if you want to have a little sit down, have a little think, rest, what have you. Now it says the church is open, so we'll have a look at that in a moment. We'll do what we normally do and have a look on the outside. But look at this. Not quite good with that sun in the background, is it? Gravel as we go in. So it could be a bit hard going on buggies and scooters and all that kind of thing. Like I said, we'll have a look at that in a moment. We'll just do round the back here. So obviously we're just kind of going to face where we came in. There we go, that's the entrance where we came in. We'll do our usual, have a look around the outside first. As you can see, we've got grass pretty looked after and cut here. Well, it looks like there are some fresher graves there, and then obviously we've got older ones just out the side here. And what I'll do, I'm just trying to get out the sun's just in the right wrong angle for me. So let's just do our clock tower as we go up. Look at that. And there we go. Let's just head around. We'll leave her rolling, as they say. There's a bit stinging nettles there, so like I said, if you do have youngsters and they're running about, just be aware. But, like I say, kind of nice and clean. Oh, let's just head up this end now. But no, I don't see particularly any stained glass windows, but I don't see any security mesh either. So we'll just head up this end. Now if you carry on that way, that will take you down a slope, back up, and we should be back in the car park. And that's kind of where we started off. But we're obviously going to see if we can have a look inside the church as well, like it says. We'll get a few snapshots as well. Right, so we just make our way into the church. The church is open, so that's great to see. Open this door. Oh, I'll just shut that just to keep the older birds and that out, just in case. But yeah, what a lovely church. So, as we come in, very echoey, I do notice, but very nice and clean, well kept. Look at this. Just zoom that in for you. It's quite interesting, that bit. Sure, there's some history behind that. And then what I'll do, we'll slowly turn this around so we can see the font in front of us. And then just look at this. Really nice and clean, but I love how they've done the plaster. And then we'll come back down. But like I said, I've never seen like walls this kind of bare, but nice and clean. There's obviously used to be bits up the top there. Again, assuming that this is still used, I guess it must be. Let's get out the sun. And then we come up obviously to the altar end. Again, being as respectful as we can. But obviously we do want to capture this. Obviously got another smaller door there. And then we come up to the, obviously the high altar end. Like I said, really nice and clean. And even as we come up here, small organ as well. And obviously we'll turn it around one more side so obviously you can see looking back down, obviously from the altar end. And then what we'll do, we'll just take a sweep down, as if we, well I say as if we're walking down, we are, but you know what I mean. But yeah, look at that. But really great, really nice looking church. Oh, what a lovely church. Really nice and clean looking. Look at this. Hee. Anyway, right, gonna slowly head back to the car now. So as I said, I'm just going back around the church again. You can never go around the church enough times. Anyway, let's just head kind of back to where I showed you where you can head off to the car park. And then what we'll do, I will turn the camera around and then you can follow me back to the car park. Okay, so this is that point where I said obviously you can see the church called just there. So we're going to head that way as I said earlier. You see the gate's wide open, you know, the one was meant to be shut, where it says please close the gate. Let's try again. It's shut now. Right. Please close gates in the country. As you can see, all the fence is off there, but I think there's some electric fence just going around there, so obviously keeping the sheep in. So you can see, like I said, it's on a bit of a slope. Now you can head back, actually let's just have a look down here. Don't think I've seen this bit before. Like I said, I think you can cut through to the main road from here anyway. Just have a look at this. Not seen this before. Another little part of it. Not sure what, but obviously more remnants. Obviously it must have stood out quite a way. Like I said, fortunately I can show you. Also you can see these bits that have slowly broken off during time, but that's quite heavy, I can tell you. Just put that back. But yeah, I can just hear the road behind me, so just wanted to show you that. Like I said, not sure what remnants that is of. But just to show you how this slopes, I'll just come around here, you can see how this slopes all the way up. And even there it's going uphill. And literally just behind that hedge you can perhaps see the cars going by. Right, we'll head back to where we were. You can just see some more remnants in the undergrowth there. So again, this would have obviously perhaps another way in that you'd have come in as if you're coming to the church. Obviously the church won't be as old as what the Roman part would have been. But again, we'll wait for the old experts. So we're just heading up to this bit of slope here. Another bench, so you can take it easy. Just to try and get out the sun a little bit. And as you can see, we joined just down there a little bit when we first started. But obviously the slope again takes you into the car park. And it looks like this is a bit where you used to go. But now you can't because it's all overgrown. Oh well. Right, what we'll do, we'll head back to the church because there's two routes. I could go through that gate and head back where we came in to start with, but I think you can go to the car park back down the other way. So I will meet you there. Right, we'll try again. Don't you love these new areas that you don't know? Right, we'll head down this path, just the other side of that. And I believe this is a back way to the car park. But nice little green area. Here we go. I suppose this is what's left of what would have been a tree. A bit of a stump there. Now there's another gate there you can come through. And that is our gate to the car park. Another dog bin there as well for reference. And I believe there's lots more doggy bins in the car park as well. Right, well, hope you enjoyed that little walk around the old church and a nice little stroll. Looked at some sheep and some Roman walls. So quite nice, quite pleasant. Come and have a look. Like I said, it's a nice little walk around. You can do it a lot slower than I did it. I've kind of raced around to get the filming done. But yeah, really nice and pleasant and definitely a nice little walk. Right, okay. We're now going to head off. We're going to go and get a cuppa and then we're going to have a little natter because I've got a few little announcements to let you know about. Oh, We made it to Starbucks. Bloody £5.10 this cost now. Oh dear, it was last time I brought one. £5.10. Oh, sure it didn't cost that much last time. Anyway, hope you enjoyed that video. Little walk around. Feeling a bit worn out now. So we'll quickly get this little natter done before it builds up, and I'm right next to the drive-in. Right, okay. Now I have finally joined the YouTube partner program. Took just over a year, about 13 months. So we're getting there. We're slowly getting there. Now, as part of this first stage of the partner program, as all you YouTube people will know, we can do things like super chats, and we can do a join button. Now, I said I'm not really that interested in memberships and all that kind of thing. I've not really done it for that. But I thought we'd tag along, and I'll change my mind slightly. But like I said, I'm not, if it puts a couple of quid, especially if you're paying £5.10, if you're just paying a couple of, a quid or something, and then yeah, I suppose it helps the channel go round, doesn't it? So yeah, so we've signed up for that. So what we're going to do some new membership bits, membership only bits. We're going to wait a while until the membership builds up. If it does, I'm not really bothered if it does or doesn't, to be honest. Like I said, I did create the channel for that. So the tariff levels that I have set on the join, I have done it at the very lowest YouTube will let me do, because I'm really not that bothered. But what I will do, if we do get enough members who do feel that they want to pay in that way, I will reward them back, and we will do some membership only bits as well. So we'll do like a whole hour or an hour long live streams and lives, and we'll do some kind of premiere videos just for the members of the channel, if we get any. Like I said, to everyone who watches my stuff, really don't worry about it. If you don't join, you don't. It's not the end of my world, because I'm not doing it for that. It's just that YouTube have put it on there as part of the partnership bit, and you play along, do you? So just wanted to announce that we've got to that level. We haven't got to the 1,000 subscriber level, so I still don't get any AdSense or anything like that. All it will be is the join button, super chats, and that's all they allow me. So I'm just saying, if we did get enough people who did join, then yeah, I'll start producing content for the members. But like I said, don't worry if you don't want to do that. That's absolutely fine, because I'm not doing the channel for that anyway. Just want to highlight that out. Anyway, hope you enjoy the content, and if you do want to be a member, great. Like I said, I'm just going to put the money... Oh, that's better. We're just going to put the money back into the channel anyway, because I already have a day job. So yeah, so I'd rather just spend the money on our little days out for filming. And I will keep you guys posted on what we generate and what money we put back in, and the little days out that we go out as well. So, because I'm not doing this to replace my job. Not that lucky. Obviously, if we got a major sponsor who can pay me at least what my day job's paying, then maybe. But I doubt that'll ever happen to me. Not me, I ain't that good. Right, okay. I will head off now. I'm going to finish this coffee, and then get back to work off my lunch break, because obviously we still have to work. Just wanted to share that with you anyway, that's why. So like I said, I will start to produce membership only content soon, if we get any members and if we get that far. But it's really not my worry. Right, okay. If you do like the content and you'd like to subscribe, the subscribe button is still free. Join button is where you'd pay. Subscription is free on YouTube. So please subscribe, it really does help push the channel around. Let me just, do you know, someone always tries to phone you when you try to do a video. But yeah, if you do like the content and you want to join me on this journey, consider subscribing. Like I said, it's cost free and it really helps push the channel around. And obviously give us a share on your socials and give us a like and all that kind of thing. And I'll meet you on a live, which we will be doing a live possibly tomorrow, hopefully. Fingers crossed. But we'll be doing one at some point tomorrow anyway, which will be Tuesday. I know you're perhaps watching the playback and that'll be meaningless to you. No, we'll do lots of lives anyway. Anyway, I'll finish nattering. Right, I'm going to finish this, okay? Take care of yourselves, be good, and follow me along, and I'll see you in the next one.